you call the book Burning Questions, and I just have to ask you this. Is there at this moment one question that burns above all the others?
Yes, but it's not in the book because it hadn't happened yet. But
Okay.
we just
All
talked
right.
about that.
So
But let me put it in a more general way. I think the question is, what kind of world do we want to live in? And that can be viewed from several different angles. What kind of an ecological world do we want to live in? Do we want to continue to live on the planet? That's a pretty big question. But what kind of government do we want to live under? So do we want to live in a liberal democracy? If so, hop to it, because this is the moment. Do we want to live in an autocracy? Do we want to live in a tyranny? Do we want to live in an oligarchy? Do we want to live in a monarchy? Do we want to live in an anarcho-syndicalist cooperative of some kind? What sort of government do we want to have? So right now we have the liberal democracies of the West aligned in a way that they haven't been for a lot of time, and facing an autocratic system. So that's pretty interesting, but you and I, Judy, have been there before. We were there in World War II, and we also were there all through the Cold War when we were told, you know, if an atom bomb goes off, hide under your desk. Remember that?
yes, duck and cover, duck and cover.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a skit on Beyond the Fringe in which a British bureaucrat is saying to the radio audience, if the atom bomb goes off, you know, all you have to do is crawl into this government issued large paper bag and hop along to your nearest rescue center and they will tell you what to do. So, you know, we lived through all of that. Remember where?
Yeah, but we were kids. I don't know about you. I mean, but
we were teenagers.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah.
But I don't know if we really understood.
No, of course we didn't.
Today we understand.
A bit more. We think we do.
A bit more. Yes, we do. Okay, so so nature science, Margaret, a recurrent theme in your fiction and nonfiction. So I thought it was your parents' career, but maybe it was just your father's career, and how that affected your childhood. I'm always interested in knowing what makes someone grow up to be a writer. I'm pretty sure that it happens in childhood. We may even be born that way, but I'm pretty sure that there's something in your childhood. So tell us about that. Your childhood, your parents being scientists, tell us.
So my dad was a forest entomologist, and how he got that way is a story in itself, because he was from the very back rural backwoods of Nova Scotia. One room schoolhouse, no high school. He took his high school by correspondence course, all of that. And my sister just found a manuscript that he wrote when he was quite old, detailing that journey, you know, how he got there. And it started with a large green caterpillar in childhood. Anyways, here we have the father being a forest entomologist dealing with infestations, you know, things that kill a lot of trees. And to do that, he had a research station up in the north woods of Quebec. So I was carried into the north woods of Quebec in a pack sack when I was 6 months old. And I would spend spring, summer, and fall in that location. No electricity, no running water, no schools, no libraries, no town, no village. There were a few houses that we could see accessible by water and a path, but no roads to that. And what did that mean? It meant no television, of course there wasn't any anyway, no theater, not much radio that you could actually get, but there were books, Judy. So I was an early reader, bet you were too. And I was an early writer because that's what there was to do when it rained.